The Supreme Court is expected to issue its ruling on access to a commonly used abortion pill Friday. The decision set to come after the court extended a temporary stay on a Texas federal judge's ruling to halt production and distribution of mifepristone. This is USA News.
Omaha Steaks is rewriting the book on burgers with an all-new handmade texture for the juiciest home-style burgers you've ever tasted. Their pure ground burgers are made from single cuts of real aged Omaha steaks. These are truly steaks on a bun. Filet mignon, ribeye, New York strip, sirloin, and even brisket burgers. Now is the time to experience the exclusive Burger Perfection Flight for just $79.99. Go to omahasteaks.com and use promo code TREAT at checkout to get an extra $20 off your order, plus free shipping. You'll get 4 of each pure ground burger, so you can sample all the steak on a bun greatness. These burgers are crafted for a juicier, more tender experience, making your mouth water with every single bite. Don't wait. Go to omahasteaks.com, use promo code TREAT at checkout, and get $20 off the Burger Perfection Flight and discover your new burger obsession. Minimum order may be required.
At AR Heating and Air Conditioning, our main goal is to provide high-quality service without breaking the bank. From maintaining your HVAC units to fixing them when they are down, they are there for you. AR Heating and Air Conditioning offer reasonable prices, reliability, and professional service at a great value. For more information, go to fixmyac.net or call 702-646-4000. Beat the heat and call AR Heating and Air Conditioning today.
World Premium CBD offers full and broad-spectrum CBD oil, extracts, and capsules which are designed to help you feel your best. Their products are sourced from the best organic hemp and natural ingredients on the market and are tested for quality, purity, and potency. They have a full range of items from health and wellness to beauty to pets. Call 725-205-9223. Visit online at zinworld.com or stop by their location at 9895 South Maryland Parkway and Silverado Ranch Parkway. Mention KSHP for 10% off in-store or use code KSHP online for 15% off.
Is your dog suffering from a sensitive stomach? Hi, it's Kelly the Cookie Lady from Mooch's Munchies. Our dogs had super sensitive tummies and I needed to find a low-fat treat that wouldn't give them gas or other issues. Most of the treats on the market were loaded with fillers, chemicals, and chicken fat. Many of them weren't even food. Well, I knew I could do better, so I developed Mooch's Munchies, and I'm happy to be able to share them with you. Stop by our store or our website, moochesmunchies.com, and find out why we say that Mooch's Munchies are totally pawsome.
Welcome to Hash House A Go-Go, where we've been serving farm food and crafted cocktails for over 2 decades. Visit us for the full Hash House experience at any of our 5 Las Vegas locations. Hash House A Go-Go is where old school meets new and gets twisted. We bring people together over good food and fun. Come in for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and come hungry because our portions are huge. Visit us online to see our entire menu at hashhouseagogo.com. Hash House A Go-Go. It's a Midwest thing, and there's nothing else like it.
Live from Las Vegas, this is the Wayne Coy Show.
On the calendar, it's just one of 365.
A doobie. Weed, pot, the Mary Jane.
Mary Jane, marijuana, pot.
For some, today, 420 ranks high on their list.
The 420 Club.
Plain and simply an homage to cannabis.
You smoke weed?
You guys smoke weed?
Cannabis is legal in this state.
What state are we in?
A state of confusion.
Are you guys high?
You guys are high.
Who, us?
The whole show.
Fire it up, boys.
It's showtime.
Yes, it is, and it is 420. Happy that to you if you celebrate. I figure, since I'm kind of a novice to all of it, I don't really speak to it very well, we'd get an expert on here, and we spared no expense. Even though he's in New York right now, we've decided to bring him onto the show via the wonders of technology. Jason Harris. Hello, sir. How are you?
Hello. How you doing? Thanks so much for having me on today on this incredible holiday we're having.
It's a big holiday. If you are a cannabis person and you're in that lifestyle, today is the day. You celebrate, you start early, and you stay up late, don't you?
Yeah, it seems to just keep on going, and it's been a lot of fun. People kind of been celebrating this for a while now, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. And like you said, I'm out in New York City right now, and the people have traveled here from all over the East Coast. This year, Times Square had the first giant cannabis ad, and they did a 420 countdown So that was a big first for us, and definitely shows, where it's all going right now.
Sure. Oh, boy, a lot's changed in those 20 years or so, too, right? So you are now living in a world that you didn't used to live in, and for a bit of background, there was a time when a lot of the stuff you were making wasn't received so well by the authorities, and because of that, you actually got into a little bit of a jam. You want to tell that story?
Sure. I started blowing glass back in 1991, making glass pipes for people, connoisseurs that were smoking, really chronic cannabis that wanted to really have the full flavor, because the glass is a really pure way to smoke. So we just kind of followed that path for many years, and by the year 2000, we were doing $4 million a year in sales, 70 employees out of Eugene, Oregon. The big deal, the big dance. And in 2003, February 23rd to be exact, I was arrested with Tommy Chong from Cheech and Chong and 55 others in what they called Operation Pipe Dreams. It was a federal sting, and it took us all down, and they told me I'm never allowed to make a bong again. And at that point, we just kind of went underground, and we kept making for friends and kind of kept our thing alive as best we could. And lo and behold, with legalization, on state-to-state legalization that's been happening, we decided to kind of come back out when we saw it happen in Las Vegas. Las Vegas to us is Cannabis Central. Everybody and anybody comes through there from all over the world for whatever trade shows they're coming for, and we feel like it was a big money play in Las Vegas, and so we decided to come back out of the closet and open our studio. We're down in the Arts District on First and Gas. It's called the Las Vegas Dream Factory, and we now make bongs. And my answer to the whole thing of telling me never to make a bong again, that's my artwork. I made a 25-foot bong that was down on Fremont Street through 2018-19, and I think they're gonna erect the giant bong again in Planet 13 in their new lounge that's going in. So we're really excited to be part of the cannabis scene and the culture that's happening in Las Vegas. As we all know, Las Vegas has become totally cool after cannabis legalization, and there's a lot of action going on there. And so us being there from the beginning has kind of put us in everybody's face. And what we do is make bongs. We make it's not just an object, a mug or a picture frame. It's an actual piece that people use as a sacrament, and they use it as a tradition. In this traditionalist American society that we have, a lot of people use these things and become really emotionally attached to it, spiritually attached to it. And as we all know, the beauty's in the fragility in what I do, the glass, and a lot of good bongs do go to heaven. So I get to see return clients over and over.
Yeah, it's funny because for some people, a family heirloom would be, a little, maybe a watch, maybe, a curio cabinet or a little statuette. In your case, it's a bong.
Yeah, it's a lost art, and what we do, I'm a true hippie at heart. I enjoy making these objects handmade, and we do it right there in Las Vegas. We take a lot of time on some of these pieces. We sell bongs for over $100,000 sometimes, depending on the time that it's gone into it. So I recommend everybody should definitely stop by. It's called the Las Vegas Dream Factory. You can find it on the Google Maps, and my website's JeromeBaker.com. You can always check out what's going on there. And, I try to do a lot of live glass blowing around town and try to get the general public involved because it is an ancient, alchemy
yeah. It's
art.
so cool to watch you do your thing, too. It's like, how the heck does that happen? And you didn't start doing bongs, so when you first became a glass blower, what was the first thing that you blew?
Well, I was an art major. I was in college, and there was an old hippie guy. I went to the University of Oregon back in 1990, and there was an old hippie guy down the street that was making these glass pipes. And I came from the East Coast and just kind of went to his house and became enamored with his, overall wearing. He had a little farm out back, and they made the stew and the whole thing. And he made these little glass pipes in his back porch, and I just fell in love with the lifestyle and what it was, and realized at that moment I can actually try to make some money with art. And that's how I started doing it. And luckily, when I did do it, I was one of the first. And this old man that taught me is still around today. His name's Bob Snodgrass. And,
how cool is that? Where's Bob these days?
Bob's still up in Eugene, Oregon, living on his little school bus with his little herb farm next door. And, that's how they do it up there, and that's what I was attracted to. And so by making the pipes, then I would get flown around the country, and they would pay me $10 a gram for these things because nobody else did them in the world. And now there's tens of thousands of glass artists out there that do this. I've taught it all over the world, and we started a school up in Eugene, Oregon, many years ago. So it's become a phenomenon.
You were a trailblazer. Now, how did the association with Tommy Chong of Cheech and Chong, Jason, how did that happen? How did you two get together?
When, in the beginning, we were some of the only people doing glass bongs. So his son was really into it. And back when we were younger, we knew each other and we worked together making different components for each other and just kind of cross-marketing. There wasn't many people doing this. And so when we all got arrested together, it really kind of locked the bond in. So now these days, Tommy, I couldn't have more, gracious blessings that I know a man like that inspired me as much as he has. And he treats me like family and gives me the respect of, a son. And I really appreciate it and appreciate what he's done for me. We do a lot of his bongs in our shop right there in Las Vegas. He's been in there blowing glass with us a couple times.
Oh, did you teach him?
Oh, he already knew a little bit, and for him, just like anyone else, it's a meditation. When you can sit down on the thing and get away from the phones and all the other stuff, you get to focus in on this artwork that you're making. So it's been a really good time to work with him. And our next big project is he wants a bong that is worth more than $1 million. And so we're working with a famous jeweler. Wow. And we're going to put together this incredible, gem-crusted bong and hopefully show it off in Las Vegas coming up soon next year.
Love it.
That's the goal right now.
All right. So what do they do in New York to celebrate 420? Because it's already after 10 o'clock. I would just think that the party's just getting started over there.
Gosh, it has been a nonstop day. It started out at Washington Square Park with a takeover, then over to Central Park. They did the Times Square thing, and then we have a studio set up now in Soho, New York, on the corner of Broadway and Grand. It's a 6-story building called THC NYC, and it's an experience. You come in and you pay to go through this, 4-story experience that takes you through the journey of the plant. And on the top floor, there's a lounge. You can join the lounge and go up there and smoke your brains out. And top floor rooftop. This is a real New York Soho vibe. Again, it's called THC NYC, and I have a Jerome Baker studio on the ground floor. So
Love
it's been, nothing but pure smoked out, since we got here. So I'll be in and out of here this summer, back and forth between here and Vegas, keeping the glass hot, and launching all of our new. We do limited edition runs all the time, and we try to just keep it all fresh and all new, and pay attention to what we got going. It's a lot of fun, and it's a lost art in terms of glass blowing, and it's a real hip street art in terms of pipe making.
Yeah, and you're in the Arts District here, so if somebody wants to find you, what's the location again?
721 South 1st Street, and we're on the Google Maps. It's called Las Vegas Dream Factory, and we're there most of the core of the days, and we have a small little gallery you can come in and check out. And it's just something else. It's like a Harry Potter's wand shop, except we sell bongs. So when you come in, there's a wall or two of bongs that you're going to be able to look at, and the bong's going to come to you. You're going to be able to feel what it is. We have something for everybody. I call it hillbilly to hip hop. Different genre for different people.
Yeah.
And we do lots of beautiful sculpture and light and whatever else you can imagine.
Hey, do me a favor, Jason. When you get back to town at some point, why don't you come on in the studio? I'd love to. Even when it's not 420, I'd love to know more about what you do and how you put it out there. So I hope you enjoy the rest of the night tonight, and please come see us when you get back.
I'd absolutely love that. We're going to do a big party at Planet 13 right around EDC, and
perfect.
Maybe I can get you down there too.
Okay, I can do my impression of that. You ready? You want to hear it?
Let's hear it. Yeah.
That's from about 4 blocks away.
Mine's called Boots and Cats and Boots and Cats and Boots and Cats.
Yeah, my son says boots and pants, but yeah, it's the same thing. All
That's
right.
it. That's
hey,
it.
Jason, happy 420, man. Thank you again for the time. I really do appreciate it.
I really appreciate you giving me on the show, and happy 420 to you guys and all your listeners. And definitely come on down, 721 South 1st Street, Las Vegas Dream Factory.
You got it, Jason Harris. Go see him and all that he makes, and boy, does he. Makes plenty down there.
Today's show is brought to you by 420. It used to be about smoking a joint in your parents' basement, hoping they wouldn't come down the stairs. Now it's about taking an edible for your back pain, so you can actually walk up the stairs. Happy 420!
Do you love watching television? If you're on a fixed budget, you need to make this free call right now to Dish and find out how you can get a fixed monthly price to watch all the television you want for 3 full years. In addition to a 3-year price guarantee, you can also get free monthly movie rentals. They give you 1 free movie rental every month. That's a $165 value, yours free. Plus, get free in-home tech visits, no-cost equipment replacements, a free voice remote, and you can watch commercial-free TV. Even access all your favorite apps to stream like Netflix, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and more. Now is the perfect time to call Dish. Take advantage of the 3-year price guarantee. Save yourself some money, and all your equipment is free. Call right now.
800-586-4206. 800-586-4206. 800-586-4206. That's 800-586-4206.
Hi there, this is Kirby Scofield. Scofield Realty here in Las Vegas. Real estate is always changing. Be it a buyer's market, a seller's market, at Scofield Realty, it's your market. Buying or selling, we have the team and the tools to work the market so it works for you. We are excited that we're on the Wayne Coy Show. Our results blessed us with the Zillow Flex partnership roughly about 2 years ago due to our consistent conversion and customer service scores. With conversion, that means we can close, and with our customer service scores, you know you're going to get the best service possible. We're always looking for agents, led by mentorship, resources, and experience. We are your guide. Find us, KirbyForYou.com. That's KIRBY, the number 4, the letter U.com. KirbyForYou.com, or call 702-766-9538. Again, 702-766-9538.
Now back to the Wayne Coy Show.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Second one, this is the bandit, it's a snowman out there. My head is shot.
Tell me about it, Stud.
He's looking at you, kid.
Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
Oh, yes, we are ready for our close-up because it's almost Friday, and Friday always means movie time. It's Thursday, so we like to get a little bit of what we call a jump, and there's nobody better to jump with than the guy who's going to join us right now. I've known Patrick Stibbs, the box officer, for, what is it now, like 25 years, something like that?
65 years.
65 years I've known this man. Once shot a man just for looking at his wife. So, Patrick, you've been reviewing movies, though, forever, right? I mean, when did you start?
Since 1986.
1986. That's a long time. It's a lot of movies, right? Out of all that,
I was on your show in the early 90s.
You didn't have to
talking about movie box office 30 years ago, right?
Right. Well, you're going to talk about a movie today, and we're gonna I guess dive right into that. What is this? What's the name of the movie, first of all?
Okay, so the movie is called Somewhere in Queen, and it stars Ray Romano and Metcalf. Two of my favorite comedians. I love Ray and Lori. And as the title it takes place in Queens. And Ray Romano is a guy named Leo. He and his wife Angela lead a very simple life. Names they call Sticks. Very is a great basketball player. And they want him to work in the business when he graduates high school. How can a recruiter come call and say get a scholarship free? I can't go play. And so they have this dilemma. Okay, wow, what are we going to do? And so they're fully supporting their son. Something happens in their son's life that kind of derails. I think that's the clip that you have right here. That we're gonna play.
Yeah, we sure are. I wanted to fix your microphone because for some reason I think you're good. I want to hear you again. Are you better?
I'm better.
Okay,
there we go.
Better. Yeah, let's hear that clip. This is Somewhere in Queens.
How long have they been doing that?
That's 3 or 4 games. Weird, right?
Yeah, I can see you hate it.
Your
kid. He had a good gig. Where's he going to college?
No, he's coming to work for us, a family business, construction.
I'm a scout. If you want me to make a few phone calls, there might be a hole here or there. Some of those holes have scholarships.
Who let the dog out?
You know, what's so funny is, Patrick, even though we used to do this like in person, I used to always watch your face to try to figure out if it was a good movie or not a good movie. And now here I am all these years later. We're doing this still. I'm still looking at you, but it's through the magic of technology, and I still can't read.
Well, and what the clip didn't really tell is what happens is Sticks, their son, falls in love with this girl, and she ends up breaking up with him and derails his game. He can't think, and so now Ray Romano starts to play matchmaker to get the son back up with the girl again to save the boy's college career. And, it's a funny movie. It's got some humor. It's got some heart. And it's getting very, very good reviews in some of the test screenings. And Ray Romano and Laurie Metcalf are two of my favorites. I'm so anxious to see this movie.
Yeah, and I don't know what we were thinking, but when we did the synopsis of tonight's show, I said Ray Romano and Sebastian Maniscalco.
Well, he's in it too. Yeah, right. Sebastian Maniscalco's in it too.
But you don't give him billing over Laurie Metcalf. So we got.
Well, no. Yeah. He's like third bill.
I'm glad you're telling me it's funny, because if it's got Ray Romano in it, I hope that I'm going to laugh at some point. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, the guy's a natural comedian. Laurie Metcalf is also fantastic. She was in the original Roseanne show. She was in Big Bang Theory and a plethora of movies. And so, and then with Sebastian as well, you've got Maniscalco in there. So you've got really three very funny people.
All right. Well, there you go. The box officer has been doing this since the 90s. No, the 80s.
80s.
Wow.
86.
That's a lot of movies, Patrick. Out of all that time, what's the favorite movie that you reviewed that you went to expecting to hate and now you love it? What was that movie?
Return to the Blue Lagoon. No, I'm kidding. That's not. I hated that movie. You know what? I
was like, please tell me he's kidding.
Yeah. I've seen literally thousands of movies. I can't even pick one that I really love. I really can't. I there's just too many in my brain. But I will say that I love all genres, whether they're horror, comedy. I wrote a horror film. That was my first screenplay that I wrote. The movie got made.
Yeah,
and
product sampling, or what do they call that?
Right
behind
that's it right there. Product placement.
Product placement. Yes. So The Call. If you've seen it, great. And it's great. If you haven't seen it, you have to make sure that you do. You're going to get the scared out of you. And and Patrick's the guy who wrote the film.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wrote the film. And now my next film is a kid's horror film. So it's going to be scary, but not bloody or gory. And that's the next one that's in development now. And, hopefully when that comes out, we can do a premiere in Las Vegas, Wayne, and you can come to the premiere and
I would love that.
Shoot the crap at the movie,
Well, next week, the big convention here in town, it's
yes.
CinemaCon, and you broke the news to me today. It was tough to take. I had two pieces of bad news today. One was my Oakland A's are going to be leaving their home of 55 years. Even though I live in the city they're moving to, believe it or not, I'm still a little ripped up about that.
Oh, I can imagine.
And then you saying you're not coming next week.
I'm not coming. I got invited to CinemaCon, and I can't get away. But next year I am coming. I do have some good news for you, though, Wayne.
What you got?
Anne Margaret's new album just came out, which you're
look at the time, boy.
You're gonna want to get Anne Margaret's new album. Let me tell you, can't wait to hear it.
Is it really new?
It's brand new. It literally just came out. Coke bottle green vinyl. There you go.
Okay. I love that.
So there you go.
Fantastic. And how old is she now? Is she
81?
81.
She looks fantastic. She's absolutely fantastic.
Stole our hearts and bye-bye birdie, and we've never been able to get them back. Right?
There you go.
Okay, so next Thursday you'll have another movie to tell us.
Yes. About. So next week I'm excited because we're going to talk about the new movie Big George Foreman, which is based on the life of course, the legendary boxer George Foreman. A lot of things about his life people don't know, and this movie delves into that, the good, the bad, and the ugly about George. And from what I understand, it's just a phenomenally written film and acted. And so we're going to talk about big George Foreman next week on the show.
Having a premiere tonight, in fact, here in Las Vegas. A lot of the boxing luminary, and there's plenty to be had here in this city.
Oh, nice.
They're all out there taking in the film. So I'll find out tomorrow from my buddy, the Champ, who is going to the movie tonight. We'll find out from him whether or not it was. He's saying that he thinks it's going to be a great movie. And he told me, too, that at the beginning, it was like an hour longer than what they're watching in the theater tonight.
Really?
They got rid of all the fat with a George Foreman grill.
I knew you were going to get that grill in there somewhere. I knew that was coming.
All right. So once again, to tell people about Somewhere in Queens, that's a go-to see, yes?
Yes, it is a go-to see. Opens in theaters tomorrow. And so check it out and watch the trailer online if you want to. You're going to really enjoy this film.
All right. Well, thank you, sir. It's so good to have you back on. It's been a minute. So,
hey, man, congratulations on the new show. I'm so excited for you.
Thank you very much. This is the part of the interview where we say goodbye and we wave at each other through the cameras. And just like that, the Las Vegas skyline takes over and we take a break. When we come back, I'm a little bit pissed about my baseball team coming to town. Can you believe I'm even saying that? But I am. And I'll tell you why next.
In times of economic uncertainty and chaos, your money means nothing. You may not even be able to get it from your bank or ATM. And the money you do have in the stock market will go down and down. What you can bank on is gold and silver. Gold and silver have been a reliable and trusted form of currency for thousands of years. Gold and silver have never been worth zero, and typically gold holds its value during economic turmoil. Call the Gold Hotline now and learn how to protect your money and your assets with gold and silver. And learn how to set up a new IRA or roll over your current one into a gold-backed IRA. Protect your money from the next market crash with gold and silver. Call now for your free gold guide.
800-557-7921. 800-557-7921. 800-557-7921. That's 800-557-7921.
Are you worried about your taxes? Okay, so I'm talking to those of you out there that have not filed in a few years with the IRS or state. It's time to get worried, and here's why. The IRS is getting back from their own COVID lockdown, and they're hiring more enforcers, and they're going to come after people that owe taxes. So if you're a 1099 worker, and maybe you just plain forgot to file your taxes, you need to call the professionals right now at the Tax Helpline. They are experts at knowing the tax regulations, and their goal is to help you pay as little as possible. Call right now and get a 100% free tax evaluation. Remember, before the IRS knocks on your door, knock on our door. If you owe $10,000 or more in back taxes, make this free call right now.
Call Texas 321 now at 800-203-3517. 800-203-3517. That's 800-203-3517.
My name is Michael Stefanski, and I am the owner and founder of Sin City Custom Suits, custom clothing concierge. I help gentlemen get into clothes that fit them like they're supposed to, that they pick out themselves, and we craft together. 600 different suit fabrics to pick from, about 40 measurements to make sure the suit's going to fit you right. Then we decide, do you want 2 buttons on the front, 3 buttons on the front, how many on the sleeve? You want like a custom photo lining for the inside of your jacket, any number of different things that you can think of. This is all about what do you want. And when you ask guys, what do you want? They don't know because they've never been given the option before. Because I help men look as absolute best as they can. It's transforming people's lives. If you've never had a suit that fits you right, you have no idea how much confidence it gives you. That's the important part. 702-767-2478. Instagram at Custom Suit Guy, SinCityCustomSuits.com.
Hi there, this is Kirby Scofield, Scofield Realty here in Las Vegas. Real estate is always changing. Be it a buyer's market, a seller's market, at Scofield Realty, it's your market. Buying or selling, we have the team and the tools to work the market so it works for you. We are excited that we're on the Wayne Coy Show. Our results blessed us with the Zillow Flex partnership roughly about 2 years ago due to our consistent conversion and customer service scores. With conversion, that means we can close And with our customer service scores, you know you're going to get the best service possible. We're always looking for agents, led by mentorship, resources, and experience. We are your guide. Find us, kirby4u.com. That's KIRBY, the number 4, the letter U.com. Kirby4u.com, or call 702-766-9538. Again, 702-766-9538.
Now, back to the Wayne Coy Show.
Feeling kind of baseball right now. I don't know why. I know the Golden Knights are playing hockey. I know that. Just got the round ball on my mind, man. And there's a good reason why. Right after, I mean, literally right after we got off the air last night, 15 minutes later. And the funny thing is, our topic before we left the air was a guy out in Sacramento, Stu, who's doing this whole reverse boycott thing where he's saying, hey, let's go pack the Oakland Coliseum and prove to the owners that it's not the fans. It's you. Maybe it's you. Well, I think it is. But anyway, right after that, this news breaks. If you've been under a rock, if you haven't heard, if the folks here at the radio station hadn't already done a good enough job to get it to you and somehow you missed it, the deal is the Oakland Athletics, after 55 years, are on their way to Las Vegas, following their brethren, the Oakland Raiders, who moved here, as you know, just a couple of years ago. So the two teams that I grew up rooting for, the A's, I went to my first game in 1969, and the Raiders, I think I was about 2 years later, 71. My mom used to babysit for a guy named Don Highsmith. Not a big name, but was number 32 for the Raiders at the time and running back out of Michigan State, I think. So yeah, mom babysat for him. It was a different time. That's back when the money was not anywhere near what it is now. So most of the players in the NFL back then had to have regular jobs. So that was the case with Don and his wife, who both worked. And, if Don was playing football and his wife was working, then my mom would step up and take care of their daughter, Janelle, who sadly was killed in a drive-by shooting in the Detroit area just a couple of years ago. Jack Tatum from the Raiders, the one who told me that, which I did not know. It was horrible to hear that because we loved Janelle when she was a little girl. And it was great with Don because he would take us to the Raiders practice field there in Alameda and also to the Coliseum. And we got to do some really cool things, play catch with Darryl LaMonica and Fred Biletnikoff and all of that Raider tradition steeped in it, okay? And they, of course, played their home games at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum, which also happened to be the home of the Swingin' A's, the Oakland Athletics, a team that won their division in 1971, 1972, 1973, 1974, 1975. And in that 5-year stretch, they won the World Series 3 consecutive years, 72, 73, 74. I was at the indelible age at that point. You couldn't have picked a better age to be to have all that happening. I mean, I was just a kid, just learning what baseball was all about. And from the time I went to my first game again in 69, all the way up into, I think my last home game with the A's was a couple of years ago. We moved to Vegas in 2020, so would have probably been the 2019 season, I guess. Yeah, before the pandemic. And of course, we have the Aviators here and everything. But anyway, what's been going on is you've had ownership. This is the current ownership of the Oakland A's, who I don't have a whole lot of love for, I'll be perfectly honest with you, who have been dragging their feet and slowly but surely saying that they were going to be building a ballpark on the water in Oakland. And of course, Oakland's a city that, has economic challenges like a lot of major metros do. There's a big homeless issue. There's high unemployment. Crime is what it is in a city like Oakland. And if there's anything that I think could have lifted the spirits of the community more than anything, especially in the aftermath of losing your football team and your basketball team, the Warriors, who I wish were never called the Golden State Warriors. That was a 1-year thing that they did when they were splitting time between Oakland and San Diego. And so to cover that, the entire California thing, they figured, well, let's give them a name that blankets the state. And so they became the Golden State Warriors. Never were they known as the Oakland Warriors, even though they played their games at the Oakland Alameda County Coliseum Arena. And they did that for over 40 years. That's a long, long time. So they were truly an Oakland team. They moved to San Francisco. Raiders, like I said, to Vegas. So all we had left was the Oakland A's. And somehow it became all about this waterfront ballpark when I think a lot of us in the fan base felt like what they really should have done is just build where they were. Because the current Coliseum site, I don't know if you're familiar, but it's right off of 880, the big freeway there. It's right by a BART station, literally connected to the BART station via a walkway, kind of like we have at, we had at Tropicana. Okay, it's that kind of a overpass sort of thing. So you got public transportation with BART. You have an Amtrak station, so fans from Sacramento could take a train into the game. You have the airport there, very close, hotels everywhere. So perfect place for a ballpark, but for whatever reason, it became about the water, or at least that's what they told us. And that they also said they were rooted in Oakland, okay? Well, we found out over this last year where there was really not a whole lot of activity as it relates to Oakland, and more there was activity here in town with the A's visiting. And if you were to talk to, at the time, A's president Dave Kaval, what came out of his mouth over and over again was, we're on parallel paths, okay? One is are we going to build a stadium in Oakland on the water? The other is we're going to leave Oakland and come to Las Vegas. And there was talk about where the site would be for the new stadium. There was the festival grounds over there by the Sahara. There was the Rio property, and then Tropicana, where the hotel is right now, the Tropicana Hotel. Turns out, after last night's big news that the Athletics are indeed coming to Vegas, that they had reached a deal to purchase the land for the new stadium. It's going to be basically Dean Martin and Tropicana, not far at all from Allegiant. So you're going to have Allegiant Stadium, then you're going to have the new baseball stadium, and then not too far from there, you're going to have T-Mobile, and they're even talking about a walkway to connect the Strip, because, of course, it's on the other side of 15, right? So you're talking about a walkway to be able to get the fans from the Strip to the baseball stadium, with an overpass or gondola. I have no idea exactly how they're going to do that. Now, some of the land, all the land really, Station Casinos is what they used to be called. Now it's Red Rock Properties or something. But anyway, they own the land, and they're not letting the A's have all of it. They're keeping some for themselves, which makes you believe that there's probably going to be a new casino there as well. Would just only make sense, right? If you're going to build a 35,000 seat baseball stadium with a retractable roof, so on the days where it's not 115 degrees, you can open up the roof and let the sunshine in, right? A little bit of a breeze is always nice. So they're going to have the ability to do that. And then there is, of course, the talk that they're going to build a casino right next to it. And why wouldn't you, if you're Station Casinos or Red Rock Properties, whatever they are now, to be able to have a place where you could just take the fans right from there to there. Then there's the whole conversation of, okay, the Raiders play 8 home games a year. The Golden Knights play a lot of games, but nowhere near as many as you play in baseball. Aces, same way. I think they play 40, I think. So this will be a lot of games, and 81 to be exact. And the question is, can the A's draw enough in a metropolitan area that is much, much smaller than the San Francisco Bay Area? Can they get people to, on a consistent basis, come to the ballpark and watch the games? And according to A's management, because they did put out a statement at almost 10 o'clock at night last night, you figure that one out. They put out a statement, and then since then there have been some more conversations. But basically they're saying that they're expecting the turnout to be on a regular basis about 70% locals, Las Vegas locals, and then 30% coming from the tourists. And it does make sense. I mean, if you're a Boston Red Sox fan or a Yankees fan or a Cubs fan or a Mets fan or, a Devil Rays fan, or they just the Rays now. Yeah, the Rays fan. Angels right down the street. There's interleague play, so the Dodgers will be here too. I can see fans of any of those teams saying, well in advance, oh, my team's playing in Vegas. Let's turn it into a vacation. So they come out and they do what you would always do, which is have a great time here in our city. And as part of the experience, you circled a couple of games and you're going to take them in. So I don't think they're going to have a hard time selling tickets. Okay. I think that over the long haul, this city that just not so long ago, it really wasn't that long ago, the thought of having any sort of professional sports here was absolutely 100% out of the question. Now, all we're going to be missing really is the NBA, and I hear it won't be long till they're here. So, come a long way in that regard. I do believe that it is going to be, at the end of it all, a great thing for Las Vegas, for Nevada, for Major League Baseball. So there's no argument there. Where it hurts, and I'm just being honest about this, where it really is resonating with me right now is I'm a guy who grew up with a team that's been in the same place for 55 years. Okay? Lots of memories, not just those 70s A's, because after that, there was, of course, another run in the 80s where they got very, very good and went to 3 World Series in a row again. Now, they only won one of the 3 over the Giants, which was great, but they were there again. The Bash brothers, Mark McGuire, Jose Canseco. I was at his car wash today, by the way. There's a video. If you get a chance to check it out, it's on the socials. You can see it. But I was hoping to find Jose and get his feedback. They said, no, it hadn't been here for a few weeks. So we'll just keep visiting and we'll eventually talk to him. We've got a lot of time. They're not going to break ground till 2024. And the ETA on the stadium is now 2027. Okay. So we got some time before we, before we put a shovel in the dirt. And then obviously lots of things have to happen with the legislation. I think they wrap up in June though. So that's going to have to happen pretty quick, but it's Vegas. It seems to me that unlike Oakland, where it was all about the environmental report, and then, the people there that are in the shipping business that have had the Oakland port to themselves. And there was a lot of talk there about you're not going to be able to do what the thing was built for. There was a lot of controversy and a lot of slowdown, but little by little, all of those things went away. And we truly should have been at a place where it was time to go for it. But instead, there was this whole, well, hang on a second. When Major League Baseball tells you they're not going to charge you $1 billion to relocate that you normally would have to pay? No, that's okay. We're not going to make you pay. Major League Baseball wants the A's here. They want them out of the Bay Area so the Giants can have it to themselves. And they want to see baseball in Vegas. That's been made obvious. And as a resident, again, there will be a time, probably won't be long. There will be a time when I'll be high-fiving you. Like today, I literally got greeted with, buddy, you're wearing your shirt. They're coming. And I said, yeah, don't talk to me about that right now. Understand, I grew up with a team that is very much a part of the fabric in another place. Okay. And I know I live here now. A lot of my former neighbors live here now because it's a good place to live. Right. But that was part of our DNA. I grew up an A's fan. My children were raised with the A's. Their children are being raised with the A's. So we've gone full circle. Don't know if you know it or not, but my wife Nancy and I got married at home plate at the Oakland A's game against the Detroit Tigers, September 16th, 2011, right after, they didn't have batting practice, right after they took infield. Tigers took infield, we took the plate. And we said our vows right there. We're the only couple ever to get married at home plate at the Coliseum. So I sold peanuts and popcorn there when I was 12, 13 years old. It was my first real job. A's games, Raiders games. For your honey or your sweets, here's the corn Ken Stabler eats. Who wants a bag of popcorn? So that's where I come from. That's my roots. And what happened today or last night in the dead of the night, don't think that was an accident, by the way. Don't think that they broke that story after 9 o'clock at night and it was an accident. They knew that they could probably sneak it out there, let it percolate, give people time to wrap their head around it, and then deal with it. It didn't come out at 8 o'clock in the morning. Okay. It came out after 9 o'clock at night, long after their offices closed. Wasn't by accident at all. I don't have a lot of love for this current ownership. I have no love for this current ownership. Hate's a strong word, but I'm close. Okay. Dave Cavill actually was somebody who I thought was a breath of fresh air. When he first came into the organization, he had open office meetings and he was inviting the fans to come in and tell them what they wanted at the ballpark. And they brought in the treehouse and the suites. And, I thought, wow, they are really serious. They're putting back. They had an entire campaign called Rooted in Oakland. Green collar baseball. It was all a farce. It was all about putting money in John Fisher's pocket. A guy who has decimated our major league team to the point where there's a New York Yankees player making more than the entire A's payroll. If you ever saw the movie Major League, this is that movie. It's in living color, and it's being played out on a day-to-day basis in Oakland, California, with a team that is right now 3-16. That's 3 wins, 16 losses. And if you extrapolate that and I'm not a math dude, but if you do that, it comes out to 30 wins and 132 losses for the season, this current baseball season. It won't happen. They'll get hot. They'll win some games. They've got some very good young players. So things tend to come out in the wash. I don't expect that the Cleveland Spiders one-loss percentage record that's been in the books since the 1800s. I don't think that's going to be challenged. At least I hope not. Up to this point, 1979, I lived through that. The A's were 54-108 that year, and they were jokingly called the Triple A's because they played like a AAA team. Like that time, it was a period of playing everything close to the vest, not spending any money, not putting anything back into the team. The owner, Charlie Finley, experienced his stars, Reggie Jackson, Sal Bando, Joe Rudy, Raleigh Fingers, Campy Campaneris, on and on. Those guys all left for this new thing called free agency. And Charlie Finley made it pretty clear, who owned the team. He said, look, I'm not going to be able to play that game. I can't afford to pay those kinds of salaries. So his team, what was left of it, it showed up in the standings, 54-108, and he sold the team the very next year. That's my hope. I hope they have a dreadful season this season. I hope nobody goes to those games and puts not another nickel into that man's pocket. And then I hope at the end of the season or somewhere between now and 2027, when this new beautiful stadium in Las Vegas opens, I hope John Fisher does not own this team, because if he does, I feel sorry for the people here in Las Vegas, because he's already shown his true colors. And his president, Dave Cavill, has as well. He's the face of the organization and has the ability to look the owner in the eye and say, look, this is not okay. But he hasn't done that. So I don't know how he sleeps at night. I really don't. And again, I'm hurt. I'm angry. I'm frustrated. And you can probably tell all of that. Okay. I'm just being real. It's the only way I know how to be. This will pass. It will. I'll get to a place where I'm like, yeah, let's go see the Las Vegas A's play some baseball. We're just not there yet. We're not there for a while. Last night I had a dream. It's funny. I went to bed with this news because remember, I'm here till 9, right? So got done with Stu talking about the reverse boycott, which may or may not be on now. And said goodbye to him. Said goodbye to you. Wrapped up the show. Got my things together. Went home and tossed and turned for about 4 hours because of everything that we've just discussed. And I just didn't sleep well at all. In fact, I had a dream last night. Didn't go well.
Last night I had the strangest dream. With the 42nd pick in the 8th round of the Major League Baseball draft of 2028, the Las Vegas Athletics select shortstop Wayne Coy.
That's how bad it got. They drafted how old would I be then? I'm close to what? By the time the ballpark gets built, I'm going to be, okay, I'd be a 66, 7-year-old shortstop. Johnny Desjardins, quick on the draw there to put that together. But yeah, I didn't have that dream. I did dream, though. I dreamt that things weren't the way they were. They tried to move before. They tried to move to San Jose, and that got turned down because of the fact that the Giants have the territorial rights to the South Bay. Guess where they got those rights? When it looked like the Giants were going to be leaving the Bay Area. When nobody was showing up for the Giants games. The current, at that time, Oakland A's ownership, the people that bought it from Charlie Finley, Walter Haas and his family, the Levi Strauss people, they, out of the kindness of their hearts, said to the Giants, take the territory. Make it yours. We want you to stay. That's what neighbors do. Well, it didn't work in reverse, because when it was the A's turn to say, hey, we'd like to maybe go to San Jose. No, can't let you do that. They looked in Fremont. That didn't work out. They looked at Laney College. That didn't work out. And talked about doing what I said they should have done, which is build in the current spot. And then they ended up at the terminal there for the last 3, 4, how long has it been? 4 years, 5 years? For nothing, right? They're not doing any of that. They're coming to Las Vegas. And at some point, this Las Vegan is going to be really happy about that. I will jump. I will shout. I'll buy you a beer. Don't hold me to that. But we're just not there yet. It is not that time. It's too soon. And, I guess the only way to put it is you got to grieve, right? This is a loss for me. It's like a part of me has died. And so I just got to cope with it. And I will. Hang in there. We'll be good. I promise.
Hi there, this is Kirby Scofield, Scofield Realty here in Las Vegas. Real estate is always changing. Be it a buyer's market, a seller's market, at Scofield Realty, it's your market. Buying or selling, we have the team and the tools to work the market so it works for you. We are excited that we're on the Wayne Coy Show. Our results blessed us with the Zillow Flex partnership roughly about 2 years ago due to our consistent conversion and customer service scores. With conversion, that means we can close. And with our customer service scores, you're going to get the best service possible. We're always looking for agents led by mentorship, resources, and experience. We are your guide. Find us. Kirby4U.com. That's KIRBY, the number 4, the letter U.com. Kirby4U.com or call 702-766-9538. Again, 702-766-9538.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
Paid for by Steel Man Pills. 800-431-9102. 800-431-9102. 800-431-9102. That's 800-431-9102.
The London Bridge Resort in Lake Havasu is the perfect place to vacation in style. Their beautifully designed suites include stunning views, a kitchenette, and free Wi-Fi. The well-reviewed and affordable resort has tons of amenities, including a breakfast buffet, kids camp, a 9-hole golf course, 3 pools, a marina, boat tours, a water slide, and a great nightlife scene. London Bridge Resort is centrally located in Lake Havasu City, Arizona. Go to londonbridgeresort.com to plan your getaway today. London Bridge Resort, your Arizona oasis destination.
Do you need low-priced, quality health insurance for any reason right now? Then call myhealthinsurance.com today. We specialize in helping American workers find affordable health insurance. You can save money on dental, vision, prescription drugs, too. Our message is simple. If you want affordable health insurance for you and your family, even if you have a medical condition, call right now. Is right now the best time for you to start looking for affordable health insurance? We have hundreds of plans to choose from. With one free phone call, you can learn about an affordable health insurance plan that fits your budget. Don't wait. It's a free call. Call now.
800-876-7061. 800-876-7061. 800-876-7061. That's 800-876-7061.
MyHealthInsurance.com is owned and operated by IHC Specialty Benefits, a licensed insurance agency. We are not an insurance plan or provider. Not all plans are available in all areas. You may be contacted by an insurance agent.
Now back to the Wayne Coy Show.
All right. Got a little heavy there, didn't it? It's okay. Sometimes you get naked in this job, and that's part of the appeal, I guess. It's a little therapeutic. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us here. If you're listening live or anywhere after tonight, if you catch us, don't forget we're available as a podcast anywhere you get your podcast, which is very cool. All those different places. If you want to catch the live stream, because there's a part of you that just can't live without watching a radio guy. I remember thinking, watching somebody do a radio show to me. Oh, I just realized we're not doing that. Hang on. Hello. To me, I always felt like this would be like watching paint dry. Just boring. Like, what are we doing? We're sitting around talking into this thing. But obviously I've been proven wrong. Thank you, Mr. Stern. Thank you, Mr. Rogan. So we're living with that part of it. The whole, the camera's on. Careful what you do. I haven't been caught yet doing anything I shouldn't do. But you know what? It could happen. Anyway, I don't want to, I guess, I don't want to live and roll around in the feelings that come with the A's leaving Oakland. I just like I said, it's just almost like you got your butt kicked at recess, and you got to go back to class and face everybody. But we'll be okay. Coming up in just a bit here. In case you missed him on Monday night, he was fantastic. He always is. He is the Las Vegas real estate expert of all experts. He's the Scofield in Scofield Realty. His name's Kirby Scofield. There's lots going on with the market, by the way. I think you're going to be very interested to find out some of the things that have been happening. And Mr. Can I call him Mr.? Mr. Scofield. He watches it all. He pays attention to the numbers. So what he's going to be able to do is tell you whether or not, if you're thinking of selling, this is a good time to sell. If you're thinking of buying, whether or not it's a good time to buy. I know the answers, by the way, already, because we did the show the other night. But I'm going to keep it to myself. I'm not going to ruin the surprise. I'll let you hear all of that from Kirby himself. So that's what's up in the next hour. Looking forward to that. Golden Knights, by the way, trailing 1-0 to the Winnipeg Jets. And we're at 3 minutes, 27 seconds left in the first period. So hopefully they don't let this get away like they did the other night. Don't want to be down 0-2. Absolutely not.
USA News, I'm Ryan Daniels. Manslaughter charges against Alec Baldwin have been dropped. Dave Collins has more.
The charges related to the on-set death while filming the movie Rust have apparently been dropped. Baldwin's attorneys in a statement said they were pleased that Alec was cleared in the case. Baldwin commented on Instagram, posting a photo of he and his wife with the words, "I owe everything I have to this woman." He also said, "And to you, Luke." Luke is one of his attorneys handling the case. I'm Dave Collins.
President Biden may be gearing up to announce his bid for re-election soon. Aides for the president have told allies the announcement could come as early as next week. The mayor of San Diego is getting assurances about border security ahead of the sunsetting of Title 42 deportation rules. San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria met with Homeland Security officials in Washington. Mayor Gloria says Customs and Border Protection committed to communicating with local officials about things like migrant street releases.
We'll have to have a lot of communication, a lot of transparency, and a lot of ability to be able to work closely with our federal partners, our nonprofit partners, to make sure that folks are not released into the community who are on U.S. territory but are awaiting immigration adjudication.
The mayor says that communication between the feds and local governments, as well as nonprofit providers, will be key to managing a potential surge at the border. The governor of Oklahoma spent Thursday touring devastation left behind by tornadoes and severe storms outside Oklahoma City Wednesday night. The towns of Cole and Shawnee hit hard, including a hospital in Shawnee that took significant damage.
Thank you to our first